So, there were a couple things that happened around my house, leading to me believing it's haunted. For a little background, my house is an old church that was turned into a house. They added a trailer and resides on native land. It is also located near a cemetery. A couple of things happened around my house that caused me to believe it's haunted. The first instance was when I walked into my room and my closet door handle started turning on its own. At night, I hear stuff coming off the shelves and tables in my room. I have a few posters held on with superglue tape, and one of the said posters were pulled down in the middle of the night. I thought maybe I didn't stick it well enough, so I pushed it back, but it did this 2 more times before falling off. I put it back on, and it would be fine ever since. I also have a tapestry, and one of the metal tacks I used flew off across the room at nighttime. When I was younger, my stepdad found a doll in front of the church and decided to give it to me. I had always hated dolls, so I put it in a chest under my bed. A few nights later, I could hear the locks shaking. I've heard tapping, seen shadows, and always feel watched. My family has a history of ghosts as well. Should I set up a camera? Woke up one night to my license and card that has been missing suddenly near my bedside table. Went to check out the apartment, no sign of entry or either of the 2 doors nor windows unlocked. Everything was intact, just a few cupboards open along with the personal items just randomly showing up. I don't have any history of sleepwalking and tend to lock my apartment, but last night I locked the main doors, but just not my bedroom door. But I am the only one who lives in this mother-in-law's quarters apartment, and it's tucked away from the house. I fell asleep around 1:30 a.m. and woke up at 6:30 a.m. for work. And things were messed up and appeared like this, so it would have happened relatively quickly while I was asleep. I've heard noises in this apartment, but never worried about anything. When I was 7 to 8, I woke up and came straight downstairs as I was seeing black dots around my room. Obviously, in a state of panic, I cried into my mother's arms, and after half an hour of sitting on the couch, she went to get some medicine as she thought I was hallucinating. But while she was in the kitchen, 3 to 4 Victorian men in their late 60s, early 70s, standing in a line facing me, dressed with a top hat. It wasn't a tall top hat nor a small one, almost medium-sized, and a pocket watch. Cigars smoking around them, almost a haze. 3 to 2 of them were short, and then the last one was taller, and they didn't open their mouths to talk to me, but told me telepathically to go home. This wasn't scary. They didn't have a intense feeling attached to them, but it was almost a neutral feeling. I've seen a lot of ghost spirits growing up, but they've all been in a time period from like the 1830 to 1920, so not sure if that means anything. My mom's friend thinks I'm clairvoyant, but I'm not sure what to do. What do you think? I had paranormal experiences in the home I grew up in. Here are a few that stood out to me. 1. While lying in bed trying to fall asleep, a drawer on the other side of my room opened with such force that it banged loudly as it reached its maximum length. I shared a room with my brother at the time, and this sent us both sprinting out of the room in fear. 2. One night at 4 a.m., I used to stay up very late. I noticed a vase near the edge of the kitchen top. To ensure no one accidentally knocked it over, I pushed it to the back of the kitchen top against the wall, a good 3/4 of a meter distance. Later, while watching TV, I very clearly hear the vase slide across the kitchen top, followed by it falling onto the ground and smashing. I was the only person awake in the house. Number 3, someone came around to replace the wallpaper in the house. The man's name was Jeff. The very first patch of wallpaper that he tore off the wall revealed his name written underneath in red ink. He refused to do the job and left. Number 4, my dog will absolutely refuse to go upstairs in that house whenever we visit my mom, who still lives in the house. I have carried her upstairs before in the house, and she will tremble with fear and run downstairs as soon as I put her down. She has no issue running upstairs in my house, my in-laws' house, or my father's house. More than happy to answer questions if you have any. Hi guys, I just want to share this experience that happened when I was younger, and it still haunts me till this day. So it starts with me and my sister going to my aunt's in a little ghost town in South Dakota for a vacation. I'd say I was 12, somewhere around there anyways. It was the most scariest experience. There was many instances that happened, but I'm going to talk about one that scared me the most. It was still light outside, around 2-ish, and my aunt goes to get groceries with my cousins, and me and my sister stay home. It was about 30 minutes after everyone was gone. Me and my sister were out in the living room. I'm on the laptop, each other playing a game, and all of a sudden you hear a door close upstairs. Me and my sister look at each other, kind of spooked out, but didn't really think anything of it. Till about 3 minutes later, when we hear the water from the sink in the upstairs restroom start running, and at that point, I'm just in shock, because the water shouldn't even be running at all. Well, I sit there for about a minute, just to see if it turns off or something, but all of a sudden we hear a cup sounding like it is getting filled up, and it just drops on the floor. Then right after that, it just does it again. The cup getting filled with water, then falling. I'd say it happened about 5 to 6 times, and the whole time that it was happening, we both couldn't move. We were just staring at each other. Till finally my sister goes upstairs, and I follow her, but I end up in front of her and slowly walk up to the restroom, where you could hear a cup fall one last time. I finally have the courage to open the door, where there was nothing. No water on, no cup, no nothing, nada. Empty, regular restroom. As soon as we wrapped our head around what happened, we ran down the stairs and tried to open the door. But I couldn't. It felt like I was getting all choked up. But when we hear the restroom door close and water turn on again, oh hell nah. We ended up opening the door and waiting outside, crying our eyes out.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross